This is not my own channel. This is the Ted Tread TV channel doing my own episode that I do every Friday. And just like every soldier, we're up, we're on time, and in formation for no reason. I've got a few people here that I'd like to promote throughout there, let them talk about themselves a little bit and tell us about what's going on in their daily lives and let us know about a couple things. My buddy Lo here has got buddy Lo and Paul, which I just met tonight, so I don't know about him. So if he screws us over, we're gonna attack him. Carl. Well, it says Paul. I don't know why it says Paul. He's Paul tonight. I didn't change it, so we're staying with Paul. Paul, you're now Carl. Carl, you're now Paul. So I'm gonna start it off with Ant. Let us know. Tell us about your channel. Tell us who you are, what you play, all that stuff. Then we're gonna lead into Paul and Lo.
Good evening, everyone, or good night, depending on where you're at in the world. My name is Anthony Max. I served 11 years in the Army, Field Artillery, King of Battle. And I have 3 combat tours, 2005, 2006, Iraq, 2008, 2009, Afghanistan, 2011, and 2012, Afghanistan again. My channel is Anthony Max at Twitch TV. I play all sorts of games, mainly shooters. I like shooters. I don't know what it is about them. It's simple. I'm trying to get into Destiny, but there's like too much stuff. You got to add points, subtract points. This gear doesn't mess with it. It's just too much thinking. Some days I just like to jump on and shoot stuff. I was diagnosed with PTSD about 2015 when I first got out the Army. I was in it since I was 20 years old, so I was just like a young pup. And when I got out, I just kind of fell into like a spiral. And you miss that daily routine, that daily formation. It's like every morning, I was a corporal before I got out, so every morning I'd get up, check barracks, run in. We have like a team meeting, and there's a list of stuff for you have to get done during the day. And when I got out, I was just lost. I was like, do I wake up today, or what do I wear? It's like when you're in the military, they tell you what to wear, what time to be someplace, what you're doing, etc. When you gotta make them choices on your own, as simple as it sounds, it blows your mind. It's like, oh man, what do I wear for a job interview? And yeah, that's just about it for me. Any more questions? Definitely ask me out throughout the night. Over to you, Carl.
All right, what's up? I'm Carl, but also Paul. I did 6 years in the Army National Guard. What's up? I was a medic and a recruiter, so I like to ruin people's lives willingly, but tell them the truth about it. Yeah, I was a recruiter.
Wow, horrible.
My first ever recruit was actually a Marine recruiter, and he ended up in my office, so that was cool. Got out in October. And I've been kind of like, I don't know, in just this weird section in my life because I was like, let me try civilian world and see what that's like. And so far, it's not my favorite, but with Irreverent Warriors, actually, that still gives me that like feeling, I guess, of the military part that I like at least, which is the people. Because everyone knows in the military, everything basically sucks. You have to wake up super early for something that you're supposed to actually do at like noon. So yeah, that's pretty much it about me. I play whenever it comes to video games, I play everything. Really, I like shooters. Favorite series though is the Fallout series. So like that post-apocalyptic like RPG. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
All right, Lo, tell us about yourself and your mustache. I want to know about your mustache first.
Right. So I was asked to grow a mustache, so I did by my boss. Funny story, I haven't shaved it since January. All right, so my name is Lewis. I am 35, was in the Marine Corps for 11 years. Did a whole bunch of stuff that I don't really like talking about. Now I am the social media director for Irreverent Warriors. We bring veterans together using humor and camaraderie to improve mental health and prevent veteran suicide. Carl there is actually the Virginia hiker or hike coordinator.
Not all of Virginia. I'm still just local. I'm just Richmond. And
Richmond,
let me plug
Virginia.
that real quick. Yeah, Halloween. Come out to Richmond. Dress up. Okay, sorry. Forgot that part.
Put your silkies on. Yeah. I am a New York coordinator. Our hike is October 3rd. Yeah, I don't know. My type of games are first-person shooters. I just recently fell out of Destiny because I wasn't really happy with the update. And right now I'm playing.
What was about the update you weren't happy with?
Shadowkeep. all of Shadowkeep.
That you lost your Semper Fi. We got a Marine in here. Hell yeah. Sorry, I was interrupting you. Tell me about why Shadowkeep itself was a failure to you.
It wasn't really a failure. I just did not like how the armor system worked with the whole like modifications and stuff. I got used to the old way of, cool, so this armor has this roll, I'm with it, or let me get a better roll, you know? Because a lot of people grind for specific mods that I just don't really care to do sometimes. Yeah, other than that.
All right, so
about it.
You here are, tell me if I'm right or wrong, but you are a founder with the Irreverent Warriors? I can't say the damn
No,
word.
I was there with the first hike in South Carolina back in 2015. I'm the social media director, not a founder or any real.
For being a social media director, you're friggin' horrible at social media.
I really am. So funny story about that. They were like, hey, we need some help with this. Hey, you pretty much have a lot of friends and sometimes post off shit. You want to do this? And I said, sure, why not?
You're like, that sounds fun.
So, and now here I am.
That works. That works.
Yeah.
Tell me what the Irreverent Warriors is about. Like, what the whole point of it, why it got started. Give me a little bit of a backstory on that.
Okay. So we are not about suicide awareness because it happens. Everyone knows veterans commit suicide. The magic number is 22. 22 veterans a day commit suicide. We're not about that. We're about prevention. And we do that by bringing veterans together. What other way is there to, or what other outlets do veterans have? Because their civilian lives don't really understand what's going on with, like, I don't know, their demons and stuff, you know?
Right. I get it. Being a veteran myself, man, after I got out, it was kind of, I went this whole phase in life where I was like, what the fuck do I do with myself?
By the way, I broke my table, my computer desk. That's why I'm like really fidgety right now because I'm trying to hold it up.
I actually thought it was because you were actually short in real life. That's what I thought it was. So are you, with that being said, like when I got out, I didn't know what the fuck to do, man. I was bouncing job to job, girlfriend to girlfriend, all that crap. You know, like every typical veteran. Was it like 3 things to become a veteran? You had to have shitty credit, an ex-wife, and a DD-214, or not a DD-214.
I have all of that.
Yep. So
I don't have the ex-wife.
You don't have the ex-wife yet?
I do, Carl. How do I have that and you don't?
Because I'm the gay one. Remember?
Oh, there you go. How about you, Ant? What got you into gaming? Like, were you a gamer before the military? Were you a gamer after the military?
Well, you got to realize when I was growing up, like gaming or people who game had like this gaming wasn't popular in the 90s as it was now. You know, like you had like this stigma about you, like, oh, you watch anime, you play video games, like, oh, you know, something's off about you. So when I first got in, I really didn't game that much, you know. And then I think I came back from Iraq after I think I had like a jailbroke Xbox or a jailbroken PlayStation, and it had like 10,000 games on there. So therefore, I got into gaming, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and then I fell out again. And then once I got out of the military, I had friends that were being deployed to Africa, Afghanistan, and Iraq, and I moved to Florida. And it was the only way that we could all kind of like link in with each other was playing video games, which was D1. And I had he was a first sergeant, and he bought me a PlayStation and a bunch of games just so me and him could play together because he didn't have nobody to play with. So that's how I got into gaming.
Do you see gaming as a stigma like it was when we were all younger, or do you see it as a more popular thing nowadays? Like, do you think it has that stigma still?
Well, due to the quarantine, it's definitely popular. It is definitely popular due to the quarantine. But I think that we still had those other way of thinking of what a man was back in that time. You know, like a man didn't play video games. he got out there and built a car from scratch, you know? So I think people are starting to realize that there are other ways to express yourself, you know, like my son's generation, like I respect them all. I mean, they can just wear stuff that I wouldn't wear when I was
Right.
a kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a
Yep.
new age and a new time. And with all these, you know, different programmings, and especially for like veterans, because when my uncle was coming up during the Vietnam War, like the only thing you had was heroin. Like that was your only escape. Heroin and LSD. So I think that it's not a stigma anymore. It's definitely popular. People are being paid money and stuff like that. And whenever there's money, you can't debate about anything. You know, if there's money involved, and you know, you got people like Ninja, etc., who are millionaires, you really can't argue with those results.
Do you know of any military veterans right now that are making it huge on Twitch or social media right now? Besides obvious, what's that dude's name? He just did the national anthem with guns. Fucking
Matt Best.
yeah, Matt Best. Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually really cool in person too.
Yep. You met him?
I don't. No.
Weird flex, right? I know. Probably too.
I did.
We actually
no big
spent a couple days on his ranch in January.
January.
Does he have a big ass ranch?
It's fucking massive.
It's massive, bro. And they have zebras and am I supposed to curse? I'm sorry, I just cursed.
I don't care.
Okay, yeah, there's like zebras and other shenanigans.
I want to say it was like 1,200 acres.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
Good God.
For being a
I forgot what it was called. It was like the guacamole ranch or something.
Yeah, I always called it the guacamole ranch. And no, they weren't zebras.
Yes, Mama Jen, there were zebras.
No, they
were zebras.
No, they weren't zebras.
Zonkies.
They were zonkies.
Zonkies.
They were zebra donkeys. They were zonkies.
I never
Zonkies.
heard of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bye.
Yes.
But with
Quick
that being
Google search.
right, yeah, look that shit up. So with everything being said, aside from the whole, like when you decide that you're feeling like you're kind of losing grasp of everything a little bit, you guys got these walks and people got games and stuff like that. What helps you wind down when you're not on a hike?
Talking to people, honestly, and just being there with people who get it. Like the reason why we do our hikes, it's not because the hikes are therapeutic. I mean, they are therapeutic, but it's because we build bonds at these hikes with people we've never known before. Like I met Carl through this nonprofit, and I never knew him before that. Me and him are really good friends now. We have connections with all these people now that I can call somebody at like 3 a.m. going, "Hey, I need somebody to talk to," and they'll answer the phone.
Right. It's actually kind of cool too. I know what you guys are doing is awesome, but honestly, it's kind of how I met Ant up here. I was just scrolling through, see a dude playing Destiny, and I was like, let's see what this guy has to say. Start talking to him, and he starts bringing up the military and everything like that. And then we started talking about, everything that's going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
I was telling him I feel like everybody should be in the military. Everybody should join. Everybody should have that feeling of camaraderie next to each other, because in the military nobody really cared what you looked like, how you acted. In fact, you got made fun of for who you were, but it was for who you were as a person and the dumb shit you did. Like if you earned a first name in the military, you knew you fucked up. You absolutely knew you fucked up.
Yeah, and I actually forgot what I was about to say, so never mind.
So tonight, that's all the introductions to everybody and everything like that. I'm going to be asking these guys some questions. I'm going to be seeing what it is to be thinking about or thinking like in a mind of a veteran Marine who's playing video games and what they need help with, and veteran Army. Me and Ant are the Army. Carl and Lo.
Nasty girls.
We had a nasty girl and a Marine. Lo's the Marine here. Most of them are crazy as shit. And when I first met Lo, he did not disappoint.
I was a different person.
You were very clean.
I've grown.
You've grown down. You've grown downwards. You shrunk.
What?
So tonight we're going to talk about the video games, the PTSD, and being a veteran. So I myself, to my channel, if you stick around, I will be giving away a Grenade logo t-shirt. I was actually going to try to talk to Lo, where if people want memorabilia to support the Irreverent Warriors, where do we send them?
www.irreverentwarriors.com. We have a store there.
I can't even fucking
and
say
100% of the
Irreverent.
proceed goes towards helping veterans. maybe other than like 4% goes to administrative, but the rest, the national like average is 80%. Ours is 96% goes towards the mission.
Yes. Also, just let me put this out. Actually, Tetrad TV themselves pointed out, if you want to hit up a donation to help the Abdominable, the Warriors out. If you want to go hit them up, all you do is click on the donate tab, and it takes you right to the site to hook them up. So, and also the actual people of the Tetrad, where we talk about gaming news and stuff like that, is also in there. Each tab takes you to a link to any one of us. So with that being said, one of the most common questions I get all the time, being a soldier, talking to other soldiers, because Pen Fighter here, anybody that scrolls down into the thing says the last Pen Fighter, he is also a soldier. I give him shit because he was airborne. He has a maroon beret. Boo.
I don't know what that means, but
it means he jumped out of a plane a few times.
Airborne. I know that.
Airborne. No, I'm playing. He's a good guy. He's actually a really good dude.
He is.
He's a nice person, and he will support anybody too. And I'm he's out right now, and I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10 he's going to be there to help you guys out. He's probably going to watch this thing. And he's probably going to be there to help out too. So, question that I get all the time: you guys being soldiers or we don't say ex-Marine, do we? We say former Marine, right? Is that how we say it, though? Former Marine?
Yeah,
okay.
Former.
Ex-Marines.
Only ex-Marine if you get kicked out.
When we're playing,
or you like to go to jail.
When we're playing video games, have you guys ever heard, is this like real life? You guys ever heard that?
Mm-hmm.
Don't all answer at once, guys. Don't all answer at once.
It's a cringy question, though.
Have you heard it, though?
Yeah,
have you heard it?
Yeah.
Definitely heard it.
What do you say to them? What do you guys say to these people?
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah.
No.
Are you a civilian? That's my first question. Are you a civilian? You think Call of Duty is lit? You think I'm out there shooting, getting kills, calling in airstrikes, and receiving care packages? No.
That's SOCOM shit, though. You know?
No. That's 100% true. It's 100% true. I can't tell you how many times I'm out in the middle of a desert, and all of a sudden, care package. It's got the MREs. It's got the fucking
Jeremy Devil Dog 24/7. That Jeremy.
But with that being said, is there anything in the games?
You have no idea how happy I am about my care package.
Right?
My loadout dropping for me. Thank God.
Dude, those care packages rock, man. Like, it's awesome. I can't tell you how many loadout drops I've had. Just a SCAR or an M4 just a poof out of nowhere, man. Like, there's not even a poof in the sky, you know?
I love how they run with the javelins, too. I'm like, yeah, because
right.
that ball.
No taking it to the range, no zeroing in your weapon,
right.
no zooming in on your scopes. Yeah, it's all hip fire out there.
I get that they're trying to do trying to make the game streamlined, but like you said, they got the javelins. Dude, I used to train people how to use these javelins. Like, I traveled to train these people. That thing's not fucking light, man. You definitely don't want to run with it. And these guys are full blown with their face in the clue, running, and they're stable, and they're shooting while they're running. Shit gets retarded every now and then. But is there anything in the games you guys can say that is somewhat close to the military?
Yes. That loading screen.
Standing in long lines. Yes, dude.
You get stuck in that loading screen and you're just waiting there, twiddling your thumbs. That's the military.
Yep. He's not even lying.
Right. Dude, I the only thing I can attribute, hurry up and wait. Aerothorn, you're 100% right. Hurry up and wait. The only thing I can relate to the military is if you're playing with other soldiers, which is fucking awesome too. Like, I think in your head, because like the first time I played with Pen Fighter, right? Him and I were on each other's asses the entire time. And it was because I think we knew, hey, in order to actually win, you got to be together instead of across the map. We had another veteran with us, right? This guy thinks he's fucking, who was that sniper that's supposed to took out Juba? Chris Kyle. He thinks he's Chris Kyle, and he's in the back of the map, 3 miles away from us, aiming at something you can't even see. Oh, I see you guys. What do you see? Oh, just their name tags, right? Just floating around. That's it. So me and Penn are just going through wreck and shop, and then we lose half the rest of the team. But the only thing I contribute to like Call of Duty and stuff like that would be if you're playing with other vets, communication. That's about it.
Yeah.
Communication, myself, is one of the biggest things that, like, honestly, I think a lot of shit in the world can be solved with communication. Just fucking talking to somebody. Like it just comes all down to lowest levels, just talking to somebody. So that's kind of why I wanted to bring you guys on here, is because that's a huge thing. It's a huge thing, is just communication, talking to somebody. With that being said, go ahead.
I agree with the communication, but the thing is this: is that when you first join the military, they break you down. They tell you you ain't shit. You suck. Your mama suck. Your daddy sucks, and it kind of like breaks you down. And unless we can get everybody's pride put aside, because once you get smoked the first time in basic training, you get smoked as a unit for somebody else's mess up, and that quickly, if you're fast, you're like, hey, we got to get this guy in order, or else I'm gonna be looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger by the time I leave this, this right. basic training or boot camp.
I lost like 20 pounds at boot camp, bro.
What's that? Yeah. What's that saying?
I gained weight.
Really?
I gained.
I did too,
weighed
dude. I went in
pounds at enlistment.
I went in as a twig.
Carl, you're like 5'2". It's fine.
And I came out jacked. Alexander Silv in the chat here, guys. If you're looking, that is my real life blood brother. And not many people know about him. I've been telling people about him anyways. But anyways, and he's also a veteran. So with the communication part of it, I know that's the big part about the Warriors, is talking to somebody, always letting them know somebody's there. But I think that also transfers to gaming as well. I mean, I met my girlfriend, right? She's sitting there. When I first met her, she knew nothing about what it was like to be on the headset talking to people all day long at all, ever. And I was telling her, I was like, dude, imagine sitting there talking to people that you're close to 24/7, like, and you don't even have to be close. Like, I think when somebody finds out that you're military, either Marines or Army or National Guard, and actually went on a spiel the other day about the National Guard because someone started talking shit about them. And then
Carl,
the only
active guard,
whatever, it's the same fucking thing. What do you get? Like, when you go barbecue for a weekend or something like that, like, same thing. But I think predominantly we all agree the Air Force is the ones that just hang out. They're the dudes in the back going, you got to come to the gate just right, man. Otherwise, we got to send you back, get in the back of the line. Or
what's really funny about the Air Force? Every single other military branch accepted the Space Force before we accepted the Air Force.
So when we were building the overlay, my buddy Spencer asked me, he's like, dude, do you want to put the Space Force on here? I was like, yes, I do. I really want to put the Space Force on here. And I was going to have logos, but I didn't know who to put the Space Force behind. So I didn't put it on there. I didn't put any branches on there. But
they don't have vets yet.
Yeah. Is there? I was actually going to ask, is there a actual veteran for the Space Force yet?
No, it just started. Yeah.
And here's my next question.
Than 4 years ago.
Has anybody been kicked out for not for failure to adapt yet? Anybody heard anything about that?
No. I mean, I've heard more about the Space Force than the Coast Guard. So I mean, they're up to a good start.
We all make fun of Coast Guard, but those are some hard mofo's, dude.
Yeah, I have yet to be somebody. I met somebody in every branch. Mofos.
Speaking of which, do you remember Matt? We used to play with him in Destiny all the time. He's in our clan. Really, he's almost see-through and he's got red hair. It was Matt. It was something whatever. But he just joined.
The Canadian kid.
Yes. He just joined. He wasn't Canadian. He just joined the Coast Guard. It's been a dream of his.
Is he the one that I always get into a fight with?
Yes, every time. And you made him feel super uncomfortable every time. Because he was a young kid, and we just let you do it because it was funny as shit 90% of the time. But come back to my point with the communication part of it. That there, I was telling my girlfriend, I was like, you sit there and you talk to these guys or these women on a headset for 9 to 10 hours a day. Imagine talking to your best friend for 9 to 10 hours playing a video game. And I know Lo and I have had fucking sessions where a new thing would launch on Destiny, and we're sitting there trying to grind through it the whole time. And then I would be picking up Lo every 2 seconds. Lo, you're dead. I know, man. I know. Lo, you're dead. I know. I mean, yeah. So I'd go pick him up. We had our buddy Rick, who was always there. We had our buddy Shada. Those guys are all great dudes. But honestly, that's how I got to know Lo so well. I've actually had a couple issues in my lifetime where I called Lo, hey, man, I know I've always acted hard and I've never wanted to talk to anybody about this shit, but you got to admit it. And he goes, no. And I go, all right, dude, I'll see you later then. I'm lying.
I've spoken to you a few times.
Yes, I know. And then I when I had that same connection with Ant. Like when I was talking to Ant, like over just on texting, and He always makes me feel good when he comes to my channel because it's hey battle. Hey battle.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hey friend or anything of that. It's battle. And that's like one of those terms in my head that I hear that just reminds me about the good times about the military. Everybody talks about the military as in like, oh, I was running 500 feet per second. I was doing combat rolls and shooting AKs and M14s and jumping off buildings, sniping people, 360 no scopes. Like, no, man, 90% of the time your shit was boring. I know you weren't in the military because you were bored half the time. And hanging out with your friends and the stupid shit from basic training and all the pranks from being deployed were the best parts about the military. What are some of the best things that you guys remember from the military? Like the happy thoughts, the ones that got you up at fucking the ass crack of the morning, the funniest pranks. Like, I want to hear some of you guys' favorite times when you were in the military. Like the smells, the sounds.
Dude, honestly, it sucked. But
Connex download,
like when you look back on it, it's like the camaraderie that you had. It's having somebody like, wait, it's your boy or your homegirl, and fuck, like that's what it is. That's what you miss. You miss going through the sucky bits of it, which was all of it, through people, like with people that you love.
Right.
And that's what you missed the most about it. For me, that's what it was. I mean, like it wasn't that bad, but dude, yeah.
Yeah, no, like most of it sucked.
And
like,
dude, Connex downloads. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, my head.
You brought up like one of like my favorite moments, and it's like something stupid. Like I can't even remember really most of the context. I just know we were in the field. It was in the middle of the night, and I was opening an MRE, and I saw this brown bag, and it just said M&Ms. I was like, I swear to God, if I open this and it's a smaller bag of M&Ms, I'm gonna lose my mind. And I have the video of it, of me opening it up and just pulling out an even smaller bag of M&Ms. I'm just crying, laughing. I'm like, this is the stupidest thing. I was like, why would the military do this? And they were like 2 years expired. I was like, they're still good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the shit that you ate. How about you, Ant? What do you got, dude?
To me, let's not sugarcoat it for anybody out there. It sucked. Okay, it sucked. But I mean, it sucked because you're in it at the time. It's like when you're a kid and you still living with your parents and your mom be like, oh, I can't wait to leave it. It sucks. And then you get out on your own. You're like, you know what? Free rent, free cable. It wasn't that bad. The only thing I had to do was just clean up my room, coming at a certain time.
Y'all had
not
cable?
That bad.
Oh, Army. Sorry. Marines did not have that.
You didn't, dude, wait, where did you get fucking cable at? What base were you on?
No, he was talking about growing up.
Yeah, as a kid.
I was like,
as a kid.
Yeah.
As a kid.
Sorry, I spaced for a second. But I still never got fucking cable.
As a kid, they didn't get out of those little black boxes with the little keys.
No, we had a satellite.
Cable?
We had a satellite,
okay.
and I remember.
Fancy.
I remember finding the wrong channels and hitting east and west on the satellite to kind of focus in on the wrong channels. Never could. I did so many times one time that it broke the satellite dish off. I got in a lot of trouble for it. Explaining that was the hard part. I'm sorry, man, to interrupt you, but keep going, dude.
No. You're good. And so there's a couple of things I loved about the military. Number one is meeting different type of people. I grew up in a majority black area. I didn't know anything about Slayer, the Racketeers. I've never heard a Queen album until after I joined the military. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, I thought they just made that song for basketball games. Like,
how?
That's your band.
How did you not hear Queen before the Army, man? They're like a legendary band, man. They're legendary.
Ask me anything about Motown. Ask me anything about, you know what I'm saying, the Jackson.
Oh, dude, I love Motown.
Right. Our jazz or gospel, it just wasn't just played in my house. So I got introduced to a whole lot of different cultures between the military and my wife. I got introduced to a whole lot of different cultures and just the people, man. Like I met somebody from Brazil who joined the military for U.S. citizenship, Puerto Rico, which is a territory of the United States now. But I just met like so many people, and it's just that's what I miss the most about the military. It's just meeting new people, understanding different people's lifestyles and how they grew up and everything else like that. And that's what I miss about the military, because the military is nothing more than just ARs and TMs and law and stuff.
There's a lot of TMs though. There's a lot of TMs.
That makes up your experience good up at. And I've been fortunate enough to only have like a couple of bad few apples. Like we had some KKK and Aryan Brotherhood people join the military, and we got them out there quick. So I've only met.
Got him out. I was just saying, you guys should have broke him, turned him quick. Scared the shit out of him.
Last thing you want to do as a black man is jump on a KKK or Aryan Brotherhood, because then you're just gonna go ahead and perpetuate the stereotypes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I got jumped by like 10 black guys. Glad I joined this organization.
Right. At that point in time, too, though, man, I'm pretty sure, like, when we all look at each other the same, like, if those guys were there, I'm pretty sure you had, like, 15 others there with you. When I was in the military, there's a couple of them. My first and favorite time in the military was when we hit basic training. The day we got off the bus to our barracks at the Disneyland barracks in Fort Knox, Kentucky.
Beautiful.
The drill sergeant started screaming and yelling at us and freaking the fuck out. We didn't know how to put on our uniforms. We didn't know where to go, what a formation was, and we're all just looking around. I see everybody dropping, standing up. They had bags on, just all kinds of crazy shit going on. The first thing I started doing was laughing my ass off. That was the last thing I did that day too, was laugh my ass off because the drill sergeant, you think you're funny? You're the funny guy? I was doing push-ups and getting fucking my ass kicked, handed left and right all day long.
Dude, I laughed once in boot camp, and that was on day 3 when they call it Black Friday. That's when you actually meet your drill instructors. Other than the receiving drill instructors, but they started dumping all your shit, running back and forth in one of my kill hat tripped over my stuff. And I'm standing there in position of attention, and I'm like, dude, my senior drill instructor heard that shit from the squad, or not the squad, but the quarterdeck. Came running full dead sprint and jumped midair and landed both boots in my chest. That was the last time I laughed in boot camp.
Yeah. Dude, I had so many times I just kept laughing. Like, basic training got funnier and funnier as time went on. Like, when people started getting letters in there, like, we had a drill sergeant come up, like, when a guy was writing a letter when it was supposed to be bedtime, and he looks at him, he's like, "What are you doing, letter writer?" And I fucking started cracking up in bed just how he said it, because he had this fucking drill sergeant hat right in Vanucci's face. And I remember Vanucci clearly. This guy made money. He would take people's fire guard shift. He made like $700 out of basic training. All in pennies and quarters. And when the drill sergeants found it, they went all across the hallways after it got done being shot.
You guys had money in boot camp?
We were after about... we had phases because we had 21 weeks. Yeah, we had 21 weeks as a scout.
What?
Our basic was 21 weeks. Then we had our training.
Bro.
Yeah. So after the first 3. Yeah. So
are there any other Marines watching this right now? Like,
no, hold on. I'm not done. So after the first 8 weeks is kind of like your AIT training, but it was all one station unit training. So kind of after your 8 weeks, they kind of eased up on you a little bit, but kind of put the screws down a little bit harder at the same time. So that's kind of when we were able to go get something to drink at the PX or the AFES or whatever. But
that's
honestly, yeah, dude. But that was like from what regular Army's version of AIT.
But I was OSIT.
Thank you.
Were you? You didn't get time. You didn't get time after 8 weeks.
No. We didn't get no time. It was all basically basic training. Like, we had money, but we had to go get stuff like socks.
Yeah, that's what we had to buy too.
We had to get socks. We had to go buy like
with the Eagle
letters
card?
and paper. Yeah, with the Eagle Cash card.
I think
Eagle Cash card.
Actually, now that you bring it up, that's about the time.
Your own money.
Yeah, there was your own money on a card. I think that's because we had prior to the Eagle Cash card. I was in right prior to the Eagle Cash card, phasing in the Eagle Cash card. And fun fact, I think I was the last, or maybe a unit after me was the last combat arms out of Fort Knox. That tells you when I was in. So I think that's the reason why we had money was because of the fact that they were bringing in that Eagle Cash card, which was retarded because we took that shit to Iraq as well.
Wait, when did you go to boot camp?
2003.
I was in 04. So yeah.
I was in 04 too. 2004 is when I went in.
Carl, when did you go to boot camp, Carl?
2013.
Wait, what? So
I just got back from my 3rd tour.
Wow, yeah, dude. No shit. I was on my 3rd tour by that time too. I was actually done with the military by that time.
Well, yeah, y'all are talking about OSIT. I was like, ooh, I didn't do that. I was like, I went from Fort Leonard Wood to San Antonio, Texas for like months. So the only thing about that was whenever I was there, there's 2 defects. There was one that we got as the medics that was like garbage. And then there was one up the hill where the Air Force would go and the nurses and then the officers. And one day that one was closed and like there was Air Force in there. I was like, oh, I never see these guys. And I sat with a couple of them. They're like, I was talking to them. They're like, "Hey, what do you keep in your refrigerator?" I was like, "My refrigerator?" And they're like, "Yeah, your refrigerator. Don't you have a mini fridge?" I was like, "You have a mini fridge?" I was like, "I don't have that." I was like, "I have a room." And they're like, "Wait, you don't even have a microwave?" I was like, "A microwave?" I was like, "What?"
Wait, this was your basic?
No, this is AIT in Texas.
Yeah,
Oh,
we didn't have that. Yeah,
we didn't have
no.
that either.
we
We
went
still
to
had bunks.
we had,
Oh
we
no,
had gold,
they had a college campus, pretty much.
We had flags for the phases that you were in, and we went to gold phase, and then from gold phase we went to that back down one, and we got in so much trouble. We went to black phase, so we went back down to red phase. Then we went to shit on a stick phase, and it was literally a broomstick with dirt on it. That was horrible. I don't think we ever had a microwave though, man. I cannot tell you we ever had a microwave.
No microwaves.
Now we're bringing gaming back into the podcast. When I was in Iraq, it was like my second time. Not World at War. What was the one where World War II?
Modern Warfare.
Yeah, it was one of them, but it was the one where.
I was like, dude, that was like in 19 whatever, bro.
1965, man.
40,
1402. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah,
in 1776, man, that they brought out. No, it was the first one where they got zombies. Was that World War? World War?
World at War. World at War.
World at War.
Was that one.
And we all had
so good.
and we had chews when we were over there. And if anybody doesn't know what it's like living in Iraq, if you had a nice base to live on, which happened to me for 6 months, you were in literally what I could describe the back of a semi-trailer with AC in it that hardly ever worked.
We had what we call clamshells.
You had a clamshell? I don't.
Yeah,
what's
80,
clamshell?
80 other Marines. It's a pop-up tent.
Yeah.
With an AC unit in one end and like an exit port on one end, but the AC never worked. It just blew hot air.
Yep.
But yeah, it was pretty much a squad bay, but in Iraq.
That's what it was
But
like.
always smelled like stale
It
balls.
was effing terrible. And
Always,
then
everything smells like stale
after,
balls
like,
in the
our-
military.
At my last whatever there, we were there in 06, and we finally had a barracks, which was like a bank or something that they took. I don't know, that they made into a barracks room. I don't know. It looked like a bank.
I lived in a concrete building, which was sucked during the day.
It's all he's like, I fucking hated that shit. That's all I'm saying.
That's why you work nights.
But so what we did was, when I was on Prosperity, we had internet there, which was super rad because we could actually get on and play video games, but we couldn't connect to it. We had to be hardlined. And I tell you what, Prosperity was actually pretty cool. So what we did is that you had your crew areas, right? We first were put into an old building that was repurposed, right? And then after that, we were put in a bunch of areas with connexes. And what we did was we found the router box for all 30 of these chews, and all my buddies were kind of in the same area. Like, dude, if we just hook up into the router box, like use our Ethernet cords, I mean, we can get away with playing each other online. Like doing the whole zombies and everything like that. Little did we know, we didn't know shit about the internet. So all of us plugged it in. Next thing we know, we got Sergeant Major down there, the first sergeant, the captain, the lieutenant from each platoon coming down and yelling at like 12 soldiers, smoking the shit out of us because they were pissed that the internet slowed down so much. Like they couldn't get on there and do anything. And 90% of them were mad because they couldn't download stuff to their terabyte that they wanted to from the Nippernet or the Sippernet. But the whole time we were getting smoked, we're laughing our asses off because like all we wanted to do was shoot zombies in the face. And then couple days after that, yeah, dude, we did for about 6 months. Then I got moved to a place that's out in the middle of a desert where bench pressing tires became fun. I don't know how that ever becomes fun, but it does, when you're bored. And then we had a buddy named Teal, prior Marine. This guy loved video games. This guy loved being just a fun dude. And it's like, he was that dude that you'd hear random voices from the peanut gallery. He would say shit and you just fucking laugh every fucking time.
That's Carl.
Yeah, it's good. Exactly. And you could hear him off in the distance and you knew exactly who the hell he was. And you were still laughing at the shit he was saying. So we decided to take, you guys ever heard of Dukulax when you were deployed? The pills to help you go to the bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
So we took Yeah, dude. Yeah, I know you've heard of them. The little green. It was green. It had the little logo on it. It said Dooku on it or whatever. So we take and we crush up all these pills. Right? There's a whole fucking
And
the tin
snorted
sleeve. We did not snort anything. We crushed him up and put him in his protein after he got done working out, man.
No.
Yeah. And at night, me and my buddy Manley are passed out in the chew, and we hear Teal's door slam open and someone running, falling and running all the way to the bathroom. And we hear the bathroom door slam, and we hear him in the bathroom screaming his head off. And at that time, we were in our chews crying. We were laughing so hard. And we let this go on for about 6 hours. So the next day, I got tasked with Teal, and we had to... Do you guys know the tow bars and the Bradleys for the tanks? Mm-hmm. The big-ass tow bars? We had to pick those up. And every time he bent down and started to pick one up, it's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And we just sat there and laughed, man. And we didn't say anything because we didn't know how bad it would turn out. And we kind of just wanted to see how it would play out. So he goes to the medic and gets something to harden... so he wouldn't go to the bathroom so much. And then we told our medic, and he said what he gave him, and he said this could be very funny and very bad at the same time, but apparently we gave him the max amount for 10 days worth of Dukulax. And this was about 3 days of hilarious. Then we finally told him, and we actually got roasted by our platoon sergeant away from him, laughing his ass off that we did that to him. That was one of my favorite times in the military. It was just the pranks and the shit. He wasn't mad. He tried pranking us. But that's kind of where it ended. Damn. You know?
I got a 6105, which is, I don't know if you guys know what that is. Never mind. Mm-hmm. It's like a permanent page. No, you don't know what page 11 is, right? Do you?
Is it like a field grade Article 15?
Article 15. That's
no, it's something that you get on paper. It's like an counseling. It's an official counseling. Like if you get this, if you fuck up again, you'll get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I got one of that for just making somebody sweep outside during a sandstorm. And you guys didn't get in trouble for making someone shit themselves.
You're a dick, though. Like, who would make somebody sweep outside in a sandstorm? Those things hurt.
Okay, so funny story, not really funny. I told one of my Lance Corporals, hey, motherfucker, go sweep outside, and then we could all go home. And then he was fucking around, and then a sandstorm fucking came through. And he goes, oh, hey, Corporal, sorry, I can't sweep. There's a sandstorm. I was like, there wasn't a sandstorm an hour ago. So go out there and fucking sweep. Sergeant Major happens to walk past him while he was sweeping in the sandstorm.
You're a
Marine,
dick.
what are you doing? Corporal told me to sweep in the sandstorm. Sergeant Major. So, there you go.
let's bring this back
Let
again.
me talk to your corporal.
Right. If you guys could create a game that brought vets together, kind of gave away your purpose on who you guys were and what you guys did. Same thing with you, Ant. I know you have your own thoughts and visions too. What would you do? What would it be like?
Hi. That's a really hard question to answer.
I threw you guys right on the spot, right there, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to overthink it too much because your first answer is always your honest answer, you know. But I'm gonna go ahead and let Lo speak because I'm gonna see what he got.
There you go. Come on, Lo. What would you do?
It would. I don't.
Mama Jen, the question itself was, if you could create a game that was kind of like the military, but bringing people together, what would you do? What was the game? How would you build this game?
So if I were to like transpose military life into a video game, what would I do?
Then talking to somebody, like kind of like post-military life, like a game that you would play with your buddies who are in the military to talk to them. Like to hang out with them, play a video game. Like,
oh, dude, I just play Call of Duty. I mean, I don't have to make a game and do that.
No, you don't get to get out of that easy. It doesn't happen. Like, what game would you create that was kind of like the military, where it kind of was like the military, but kind of not just.
Dude, that's a hard question to answer, though.
A reskinned and like changed a little slightly changed version of of The Sims. Because that's what it would really be, is like, you know how in The Sims, half of it is you're just like, hey, I'm trying to find someone to fuck?
Yeah.
Kind of that. You're like,
I will
just wander around, and you just like, hey, I'd like to fuck you, and they're like, I'm down. And then you just keep doing that, and then eventually, like, someone back home is going to come there, and then they're going to find out, and then everything gets ruined, and it's your, like, military.
It would be virtual. It would have to be like a VR headset, and it would just be like a whole lot of details. Like, hey, Let's download that Connex and put it in that Connex. Just only have somebody else come out and be like, hey, I didn't want it in that Connex. I wanted it in that Connex over there. And then a whole lot of cutting grass, police calls. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it'd be a lot of
range.
trying to turn your rifle into the armor too.
Right there.
Oh my goodness, that's
standing in.
This is gonna be the
Mama
DLC.
Jen said, what is a Connex? A Connex is like those huge shipping containers.
Yeah, shipping containers, but we call it
Yeah.
Connexes. But the arms room and room inspections, that's all DLC.
You'd have
I
like
hope my friend
a
sees this, actually.
room
Josh,
cleaning.
Carl, you know her. Michelle, she was an armor. She would you know how like the cool armors would just let you put a $20 bill in the magazine lab. Like,
That's what I was.
I don't want to clean my rifle. Here, here's
hey,
my
this
rifle.
Is dirty. Like, oh, never mind. I get it.
Oh no, there's 20 in the thing.
I
All right,
never ever paid a 20 ever. Not even when I came back from Iraq. I never paid a 20. My shit was always clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, my shit was clean too until I needed to do it after a range day, and I was standing outside in the heat for like 24 hours.
Never did it then too. Never did it then.
Hell,
or if you're just
nah.
lazy like me, if you're just like, you know what, $20. I mean, I'm probably gonna lose $20 some point in this month, anyways. So I'm just gonna lose it right here.
No shit.
Yeah.
My buddy Walker took my $20 and he was like, "All right, clean your rifle." I was like, "You son of a bitch, I hate you."
I've never gotten along with any of the arms room guys whatsoever. I mean, the standards are just like.
No, dude. Okay, let me tell you this. Your rifle can be spotless. My friend Michelle told me she would scratch like a carbon copy paper so she'd get black on her fingertip. She'd wipe it inside the rifle if she didn't like you. Be like, look at that. That's still dirty.
Mm.
I am gonna fuck up any armor I ever see again. I feel like that's so ingenuitive and so smart that got passed down. Like that wasn't just one person who figured that out. That's like a basic training lore thing. I'm gonna beat them all. I'm gonna beat them every single last one.
I would just do the medic thing and be like, oh, I gotta do some stuff. And they're like, don't worry, Doc, we got you.
You guys definitely rock that shield too.
Everyone takes care of the docs. Everyone, even when I was in we had like a combat veteran.
Mama Jen,
not combat veteran, but a combat medic, not combat medic, a veteran, combat medic. We take care of them. Like you always want to keep Doc on your side because there's nothing more powerful in the military. No weapon, no tank, no artillery piece than 800 milligram ibuprofen. Okay,
yeah, right.
Sorry. Honestly, I would rather befriend a supply person than a doc.
Oh yeah, I had a few supply friends.
Bougie.
Well, and see with the medic, I mean, at least like my work, I can just show you that I'm good at it. Then you'll always trust me because hey, if whenever the skin comes completely off your finger and you get completely degloved and I fix it and now you have a finger again, I'm like, what's up, y'all? Y'all gonna take care of me or what?
But you know what? I would rather, like I said, I'd rather befriend a supply guy because the doc's gonna have to take care of you. It's literally like they have to do it. It's their job.
They don't have to be nice about it.
Hippocratic oath.
Right. Yeah.
That's what you joined the military for, bro.
I tell you what,
supply guy you've been fighting because you're like, all right, I'll give you this if you give me those fucking brand new pairs of boots. Right
there isn't a bottle of whiskey that would shut a doc down though, man. I can't tell you how many times I woke up in the morning. He's like, I got an IV for you. Be like, dude, hook it up, bro.
Dude.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get your IV, Carl?
No, I didn't get my IV.
One of the games I'd create, man, I'd create a game somewhat like Destiny, where it's just 4 or 5 people talking, and the only thing you're doing is going from one line to another line and going through PowerPoint presentations. That's how you survive the military is PowerPoint.
That's my PowerPoint.
First of all, that's how I needed you and fucking father to explain Last Wish to me. Remember, I was like, all right, where do I stand right here? Right here?
Yeah, dude, that was fucking hard, man. Lo, there's a big dragon right here. You shoot the big black spot in his mouth. Where do I shoot? It's toes, Lo. Just shoot his fucking toes, man. Where are the toes? Oh. Or the locks, man. Lo, just defend. What do? You don't stand there. Don't stand there. Stay away from this area.
I ran a few of those. And you guys said I did okay.
After like the few that you ran, you started doing good, man. But that was like, so this is Ribbon's mouth. These are where her eyes are. Fuck it, guys. You just want to cheese it. Lowe's never gonna figure it out.
Wait. I'm not Steel though. Ryan Steel. Grenades first. Okay,
Oh no,
cool.
wait, hold on. Please. So there's a reason why in my chat on Discord it says grenades first. So anybody knows me, my name's Grenade, ! Hand grenade. It'll take you to my channel. It's Grenade, honestly, like Grenade. So we're sitting there and Lowe's telling us that Steel is this great, smart, cool, awesome guy, right? All right, I'll get him in here. We find out that Steel is this 6'2" jacked motherfucker. Like, this guy's huge. He looks like he looks tall. Like, all of his pictures, he's sitting there like this. Huge. Anyways,
just like flexing, just like,
yeah, right. Pictures.
do you see it?
Right.
There's muscles.
Right. Or it's
Do you use your lift, bro?
You got the picture at the gym like this. Anyways, so he ends up being
he's a great dude. Love that guy.
He ends up being a super cool dude. And he's like powering through Destiny with us, and we're literally doing. So we called it giving everybody the low treatment, right? I still say it every now and then when I got Smitty or Chuck around. But we did with Low in Destiny was like, hey, just join the fire team. And he's like, all right, guys, what do I do? Just stay alive. That's all you do. Guys, I'm getting fucking beat up over here. Guys, I'm getting smashed. You stay alive, Flo. That's all you got to do. Just stay alive. And he's in a corner hiding. Just crouch down, hiding. Just stay alive, Flo. Just stay alive. We did the same thing with Steel, and we were carrying him through a raid. He was doing really good. And at Riven, everybody knows how to cheese it. You just shoot the fuck out of what's going on in your mouth with the highest DPS weapons really quick, right? So, at the time, we had to hammer strike with the Titans. And that was the shoulder charger, but it's hammer strike, whatever. So I'd hit her toes, and we'd all start shooting in the middle. And as we're falling down to go take on Riven, my buddy Rick and Logo, hey guys, remember, grenades first. As soon as we run in there, he throws a fucking grenade. Nobody knew what was going on. We're like, we all died, like instantly. We're like, what the hell just happened? And we're going back down again.
Jenkins. All
right, guys, remember, grenades first. We die again. We're like, what the fuck's going on, man? Like, this shouldn't be this way. He's like, well, I'm throwing a grenade at the face. Like, no, dude, no. He's like, you guys said grenades first, man. Like, but this was like an hour of us not knowing what's going on because he was throwing grenades at her eyes. The whole fucking time we would enter the room and it was a grenade just fucking smoking her in the face. We were all so pissed about it, but we were all laughing our asses off at the same time. I want to ask you guys kind of a tough question. Everyone here has been deployed. Everyone here has been a war. Mm-hmm. You guys think that playing video games helps with PTSD? I know you know about it, Lo. I know you do.
It doesn't even have to be like war PTSD. It can be like I talked about it before, like military sexual trauma. It could be any form of post-traumatic stress. Yes, I believe video games do help, because if PTSD like made you have an aversion to meeting new people, this shit puts you into meeting new people but electronically. Right. So you meet them, but you don't meet them, but you still meet them organically. Like you would go up to a random person and be like, hey, my name's so-and-so. You do it online. So it's more of like, it's a filter. It's easier for you to do. That's why I feel like it does help, because it helps you open up.
Yeah, and you're already in an environment that you both clearly enjoy. I mean, why else would you be on the game? So you're already going into conversation with someone like, hey, what's up, man? Or like, hey, you ready to do this? Or where are we dropping? Just something simple like that. You've now opened conversation with someone that you don't know. Like I have friends in the UK now just from gaming. Never met them in real life. And I've been talking to the same dude for like the last 6 years just because we've gamed forever together.
Right. How about you, Ant? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I believe that gaming helps. It's just simply a way to escape from, at least for me, escape from like problems and maybe some harsh realities. And sometimes when I'm gaming, my mind just turns off. My fingers just take over. You know, right. I'm clicking the mouse, or if I got a controller, I'm just there like a zombie, and I'm just free. There's only one other thing that I can do that can take my mind off of it, and that's riding motorcycles. Like riding motorcycles, you know, back when I had my Harley, I just jump on my Harley and just go. Just hair in the wind, you know, beard, you know, fluffing everywhere, you know.
Yeah, I can grow that too.
Yeah, I haven't shaved since January.
Yeah, right. It shows, man. With the PTSD and gaming, have you guys found times that you're having a rough time? You got on there, like, what exactly helped the PTSD? The playing the video game or being in the party with your buddies? Like, what do you think was
being
the
in a
part?
party with your buddies?
The boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, or sometimes just cussing out a 12-year-old kid and teabagging him. I mean, let's be honest. I mean,
I'm not fighting.
that helps sometimes.
I'm not fighting it. If this was actually the gentleman's challenge, I'd give you a point right now for that, because sometimes those little British kids are mean as shit, dude. They are, and they deserve every.
Dude, Steel gone.
Steel.
Oh, Steel! There we are. We were just talking about you, Steel. Remember Grenades First, buddy? Causing shit. So if you guys go to my channel, I'm gonna come up with some super rad thing where if you put exclamation point Grenades First, it's gonna be this crazy fucking thing going on. I don't know. I'm gonna do that, and it's just because of Steel.
If it brings up a picture of him, I mean, that might help out.
Yes, I'm gonna get the manliest fucking gym pose, and it's just gonna be right in the middle of the screen. It's gonna have like heaven aura around it, and it's just gonna have music playing for Mr. Steel.
Make sure you put his contact info too for the female followers.
Right. Hey man, come over here. Get my buddy Steele's phone number. Help me out in the long run. So do you guys? It is definitely a way to get rid of some aggression.
Yes, it is.
I know.
Yeah.
Low. Pardon my bias here, but when I found out who Low was kind of blown away, and I didn't think I've ever heard this guy get angry. But I heard him get angry once, and that was in Destiny, and that was because we kept dying in a Nightfall. But when this guy got fucking mad, the only thing I could do was laugh. I wasn't even mad with him. I was just laughing. I was like, dude, thank you.
I don't remember.
Yeah, dude, it was when Forsaken dropped, and it was the first Nightfall, and we had to carry your ass through it because you hadn't been on a week, and me and Shada were trying to take your ass through. Fuck, what was the name of that Nightfall?
Are you sure it wasn't?
I'm positive it was you, because all I could hear was fuck this, fuck that, fuck, just stupid. I'm done. I quit, guys. Fuck.
No, are you sure it wasn't the Whisper Challenge, bro?
I fuck you. No,
I cracked a controller with that one.
Yeah, you died a
You
lot.
cracked a controller.
Have you ever been through the Whisper when it was hard?
I still haven't done the
Destiny.
Whisper.
He doesn't play
still haven't done the
Destiny.
Whisper.
I gave up on Destiny because Destiny was supposed to be a 10-year game, and it was not a 10-year game at all. And then
Have you
Destiny
played
2 came out,
Have
and
you
then
played
I was
recently?
like, okay. I was like, are you joking? No, I gave up on it.
When did you give up on
You
it?
should.
Oh,
play
I
it.
gave up on it. Like I played like a day of Destiny 2, and then
Carl,
Yeah.
if you play Destiny 2 right now, I will play Destiny 2 right now.
Yeah. It's actually a very, very, like, the new season, they've listened to everybody. They've released new lore, new stories leading into, like, Destiny.
And then we're going to get Wade on fucking D2. Sorry.
Yep. Forsaken itself was kind of like the Taken King.
Steel already has it.
Yep. And then...
still like Division more.
I don't know. The new update to Destiny
I'll
is really
fuck
good.
with that, though. I'll fuck with that.
But I love the Division.
And Dying Light. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Old school, I like Dying Light still.
Dying Light's a great game, man. And they actually...
Okay,
there was
Dying
some-
Light, I never gave it the time of day. I never gave it the time of day.
I'm gonna get on a game with Ant that actually fucking rocks. It's called GTFO.
F-O.
Mama Jen, Carl and Lo do not stream, although I've tried to convince Lo to do it. I've tried to get Lo to actually buy a PC, but he won't because he likes doing
Butt stuff with other men.
That's not a lie. Wow. That is
right.
something that you enjoy.
I was not trying to put that out there because that's their business, but
I mean,
yes.
it's no secret. Yeah,
Lo,
it's true.
Lo is that typical stereotype of a gay man, but in the
What?
military.
Really? Right
Yeah,
now,
you are.
You see this? No.
I would 100%
Yeah, no.
believe.
If someone was to go onto the stream right now and say, "Guess the gay one," I 100% think they would go, "Oh, this one, he's the gay one."
Yeah, Lo's almost too manly. Lo's almost too manly.
Like people,
Right?
especially like whenever we found out that everyone was basically thinking that I was gay. Everyone finding out that I'm straight is pretty much Britney Spears realizing that Ryan Seacrest wasn't gay.
Hey, who's Captain
They're just
Fluffy? Because I do not do fruity cocktails. I do my liquor like I like my men. Straight.
Oh, I thought fruity cocktails might be like something.
All right, we're
else.
gonna push past this.
Tonight on the Love Connection.
Welcome to the late night.
Fluffy's actually, you know what? So I met Fluffy on one of my buddy X's chat when I was watching his stream, and he jumped in one of my channels one day. He's like, "Hey, mind if I get in the raid?" We took him to a raid, and we kind of act like you the first time, Lo. Like, didn't really know what was going on, but we really didn't have a problem with him at all. And then at the end of it, he's like, "Hey, this is my first raid." And we're like, "Oh, and GOS?" He's like, "No, just my first raid, period." Like, right on, you know. So we started bringing him on every now and then, and then he became a kind of a prominent figure. Same story you have, but like my buddy Clink says, get a PC, you can play on a controller, and it's better graphics, and that's where all of us are. Chuck just got on PC, Smitty's on PC.
Fine.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Wait. Low is my spirit animal. I like that. Low is my spirit animal.
Whoever said that.
There you go.
Now, with PTSD and gaming and stuff like that, is there a game you guys would recommend to anybody? Like, is there something you would recommend to do? Like, say one of your veteran friends are going through some shit, and you're like, bro, let's just sit down and talk for a couple hours, keep our minds busy, play a game. What game would you recommend?
Honestly, any of the Call of Duty games, especially the one where you're mowing down an airport.
Dude, that was the greatest.
Right.
I'm sorry, everyone's like,
ever.
"Oh, mass shooting's so bad," but fucking go hard in that scene in the game.
You're like, I like that it tells you, like, you want to skip the scene? I'm like, absolutely not. I was like, I want to embrace all of this.
So it's just Call of Duty straight around, all the way around?
Call of Duty or Battle Royale. Any type of Battle Royale. I mean, you really don't have enough time to really think.
Fortnite for like a week, and Josh made fun of me the whole time.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about Fortnite. We're talking about like Apex or something like that. That whole building thing.
Apex is great. I do enjoy it.
Apex.
Mm-hmm.
But I would think, for me, because y'all are talking about more like online, like shooter type games. One of the things that I think, especially if I'm like really, I know I'm in my head, is going into a really good story-based game like a God of War or Detroit Becoming Human. Those games, or any of the Fallout series, which, going back to what video game would I make, I think a RPG like that, but with no fast travel. So like you just have to walk around with your veteran buddies on your game, but with no fast travel, so you have to go across the map by walking.
Why the story based?
Bethesda's the Antichrist, okay? Bethesda does not care about none of its users. Fallout 76.
Don't talk about Fallout 76. Don't talk about Fallout 76. That is
we gotta talk about it.
I don't know anything about Fallout.
We're not going to talk about Fallout 76 because that's not part of it.
Why a story-based game?
Because it takes you out of your own reality.
Yeah, you get to live, like, basically, especially with an RPG game where it's a story-based RPG where it's your role that you want to play, so you get to be whoever you want to be.
Live another life.
So
anybody, that's why people catfish people too.
Right. Anybody
that's why
who knows
Second
me,
Life is big.
Anybody who knows me knows that I had an issue where I actually sat down and talked to somebody about like how I dealt with stuff, and that's why I don't do it anymore. But I honestly feel like the games where you sit there and you make that person talk to you, you make him vent out. Like, to me, it'd be a game that he played 1,000 million times, or a game that I played 1,000 million times. So you're sitting there, it's just hitting the buttons and bullshitting like you're on the phone. It's never really been a story-driven game or a game where you got to stop talking. I felt like that was when I had a buddy of mine, we'd played Division so much, man, that we could run around in the dark zone and not know, and not even, I wouldn't even look at my screen half the time. I'd be talking to my buddy. And that's how we talked. He vented a lot to me that way. He was actually on Thunder Run, so he had a 2020 as IRL Fallout 76. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I get it, but I don't get it.
It's just an apocalyptic wasteland. But see, Fallout 76 is different from all the other Fallouts because it was loaded. Like, all the other ones are loaded with NPC. That's all it is. It's NPC. So you're talking to people all the time, and like everything you do is reaction based. So like you can change the game by one sentence, and you have a whole different ending because you pick one thing. But right. Fallout 76, they made it online, and with a server that was a max of 64 gigs, but it was a map that I mean, you could not see someone for the entire time that you're on for like a 4-hour session. So that's where they went wrong. They took away the NPCs, which took away the entire, role play of that game series. So yeah, that's pretty much 2020. No one's out and about. It's just like you and maybe like 60 other people that you might see, and they might shoot you if you see them. So that's 2020.
We're moving into about an hour now. If you guys had any advice for anybody going through some shit, gaming or anything like that, what would you tell them? Where to go? What to do?
When you say going through some shit, like, hey, dude, I'm
Mentally.
in a rough spot. I need to fucking vent or talk to somebody like that.
Vent, yeah.
I would say, call me, bro. I don't give a shit. Call me, talk to me, because I'd rather fucking sit there for 10 hours listening to you bitch, not bitch mode. Listen to you vent and complain, and we work through things. I'd rather sit through 10 hours of that than like an hour at your fucking funeral. Like I'd rather do that.
I call you and bitch and moan all the time. So
You really do.
I bitch about like little shit.
Yeah,
like, all the
You're
time.
like, hey, I did a backflip on a fucking trampoline and broke my foot. What should I do?
Hey, how about we not talk about that, huh?
All right.
You want to not talk about that one?
So,
It's still fresh for me.
I'm gonna put Lo and Paul here, because it says Paul, on the spot here. You guys willing to throw down on our T-shirt for a winner for this tonight?
Sure.
I mean, I'll buy one, yeah,
You
for
will?
somebody. Yeah.
All
I'll do
right.
it.
So in chat, we'll open up for 5 minutes. Gonna ask some questions. Let these guys talk to you. You guys gonna open up questions for everybody to ask all these gentlemen.
Oh, I'm wearing
in here.
silkies. Don't worry. Sorry.
Yeah, he's got silkies on. I mean, pretty much same thing as underwear. Exclamation point vets to join. And they're paying attention to chat. Ask these gentlemen
I will
anything
get
you want.
this.
I'll get you a hat. So he'll get you a hat. There you go. I'll do a T-shirt. He'll do a hat. One person's gonna get a shirt and a hat. Exclamation point vets. 5-10 minutes. If you guys want to keep asking these guys questions, ask away. Ask them whatever the hell you want. And
Oh
guys,
shit.
please be polite. We are on a platform. So go ahead. It is open for everybody.
Oh, that's a lot of questions. Yeah, Steel.
I
Thank
don't
you. They
steal-
should
I
all have
don't. I'm
silkies.
sorry.
They should
I'm
have
sorry.
silkies.
I
Steel.
don't have them.
Thank you.
I got home and you know what?
I got my whoopee.
My ankle. I have my hat, dude. I have my hat. I'm repping. Okay.
I got my whoopee though.
I can put on
The
my
table
hoodie.
broke because I'm a dumbass. Thank you, Fairy Princess Flutter Sparkle.
Like I
That's
said,
also
Exclamation
the same way I
point
broke
vets.
my ankle is being a dumbass.
type that in chat. There's only 3 people. Exclamation point
Oh.
vets.
All right. Can I? Wait, how do I do that? I'm social media and I don't know how to internet.
Exclamation point
unset.
vets. Then enter. Literally, you go to the channel. Exclamation point vets. All one word.
Like, do I do that right now?
Yep. I did this for a reason. So that way it would register you guys and it would also bring up your website. So that way if you guys want to donate, click on that link, help them out. It's a nonprofit organization. Keep people together, talking. So there you go. What is your favorite memory about being in the armed service? That's coming from Clink.
We just talked about that. Pretty much every part sucked. Even the awesome parts sucked because you're not a free person. So going through the shitty moments is what I miss the most, is the brotherhood, the sisterhood, the family outside of your family. That you can just be in a room with somebody. You don't have to talk. You just give them a look or a nod and they fucking get it. But that's what I miss the most.
The most I
Smack-
miss is war. War is just so awesome. It brings you together. It's just no bills, no badass kids, no garrison life with the dog and pony show. It's just staying alive. It's you staying alive to keep the man and woman next to you alive. And that's what I'll go to war any day. Like any day, going to Walmart. Nah, send me back to Iraq. I'll do Iraq over again.
Being overseas was a lot more fun, actually.
Honestly,
Definitely.
I do miss being overseas because you don't worry about bullshit like bills and
Yeah,
relationships. You don't worry about any of that.
Mm-mm.
exactly. I agree. Favorite
Oh.
IW memory from
Carl.
Old Steel.
Go ahead, Carl. That's you.
Ooh, favorite IW memory. I think probably whenever I went to the Raleigh hike because I didn't know anyone. Like I literally went there. Everyone I asked to go with me, they bailed. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna drive down to Raleigh by myself." And parked, and immediately started talking to people. By the end of the hike, I had met this couple, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to come back to our house and take a shower and like get ready for the night?" I'm like,
Where's this
"What?"
going?
I was like, "Yeah, no, it was just really cool, like how people interact with you because like I didn't know anyone. I didn't know anyone at all, and then also
Oh, I thought that was gonna go
just
somewhere else.
Yeah, I
No,
did too,
it-
man.
yeah,
I was
and
definitely
then-
scared
and
for
then
it.
we had- so
Yes,
Oh,
Mama
there's
Jenny,
hikes
they
all
are.
over the
We had
country.
a
You can check out the
crazy,
list
crazy
on the
orgy.
website.
That website that pops up every time somebody puts exclamation point vets in there. Definitely
There's a
tells you
link.
everything. I looked at it. Tell your husband to come in here, hit that exclamation point vets. D-pad. I don't see you hitting buttons. Someone go smack up D-pad. Tell him jump back in. Fluffy, you didn't do anything either. Any more questions? Don't know how to internet. Smackdown. Sup. Exclamation point vets. That's what you want, Meldo.
So
So,
Bakies, there we go. Yo, hey, so Bakies and Captain Fluffy are supporting you guys, all three of you guys from across the country, across the world. One's Canada,
Thank you.
Germany, everywhere. Bakies, UK. I actually call
Hey,
Bakies
and
Trev.
we have a couple hikes that are coming up that will be international. We actually have a hike coming up in Ireland that's in the works. We also have a hike coming up in, did I say Ireland? It's some other
did.
country in Europe somewhere. We also have one in
Europe.
Puerto Rico happening and one in
Mhm.
Hawaii happening.
Hawaii. I used to be
Hawaii.
stationed in Schofield Barracks, Hawaii. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice there in Hawaii.
Any more questions for these guys? Lois, social media manager. Yeah, exactly, Clink. He's not really the best.
Dude, yeah. So bad.
I don't know how long. I will also put the link up to the Irreverent Warriors on my personal page. I'll have Lowe's and Paul's links to them and link to Anthony. For any veterans that are in here from my page, I'll have a whole thing set up. I'll get that.
Frozen.
Oh, are we frozen?
No, it's just him. It's just him.
Is he a statue right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude. It's like tripping me out. It's fine.
There you go, though. What do our donations go towards when we donate to IW?
So 96% goes towards the mission. And when I say the mission, our mission statement is we bring veterans together using humor and camaraderie to improve mental health to prevent veteran suicide. And by doing that, you pay for like our permits, our insurance, and everything, because we have up to like 200, 250 hikers that are veterans that are going to these things, and it pays for their food, it pays for fuel for all of our safety vehicles. Yeah, dude, 96%. The national average is 80%. Anything lower than that, your nonprofit gets like audited, and ours is 96%. You can check that up too. It's our taxes are all public. And Carl
Bakies.
just died.
Bakies. Yes, you can. You can link it to your Facebook, my man. Wow, that's all fuckered up. Somebody want to pop in here for 1 second and just be quiet so it's all normal?
Carl said he'll be back in a second. His internet just had a
Okay.
stroke.
I'll pull it up right now. I'll do that now. I appreciate that, Bakies. Like I said, I'll have everybody's thing set up to. You can find all these guys if you're a veteran. Like I said, exclamation point vets. I'll give it a couple more minutes. Let these guys answer questions. Ronald McDonald House of Charities, only other one that I know of that comes that close. Oh shit! Hey, you guys are going with Ronald. Yeah. Invite me.
Yeah.
No, Steele. I don't like you. Too pretty. Can't have anybody prettier than me on this podcast. We sure know Lowe and his mustache aren't helping.
Oh,
Hey,
I definitely got you beat with the.
Oh, Steele, we talked about you throwing grenades at Riven earlier. You missed it.
Yep. All right. R. Steele says funniest service memory. We already went over that. It's so fucking late, bro, but we'll do it anyways. Anthony, favorite service memory.
Funniest service member? My first.
Oh, I'm hand grenade now.
Funniest service memory? It has to be basic training. Guy named I'm not gonna put out his real name. We called him Can't Get Right, and what was funny to me is that he literally went the whole day with his shoes on the wrong feet. No one noticed, and that it was the in formation
Oh my God.
before we went up to the barracks. And you know how you put, we stand at attention, how your heels are together. And drill sergeants, and this was back when we had BDUs, so he was checking our boots to see if anybody's been waxing the boots, the black boots, and he's like, holy shit, he's like, Battle, come over here. So a drill sergeant from another platoon come over. He's like, you see what I see, Battle? He's like, this can't be right. He's like, hey, Battle, come over here. So another drill sergeant comes over from another platoon. He's like, holy shit. You mean to tell me you went around the whole day with your shoes on the wrong feet and nobody caught it? And we got smoked for 2.5 hours.
Oh shit.
It wasn't funny then, but it's funny now.
Real quick,
Yeah.
I'll let you answer though. Did any of us get a first name in the military? I did not. I was Stevenson or Red 5. Yes. My call sign, my Hollywood call sign was Skywalker at first, then Red 5, then Grenade. But other than that, no, I never had a first name.
Marines,
did.
regardless of how bad you fuck up, you don't get first names.
Right.
I had a first name. They either called me
You get like douchebag or whatever. Is that what you call it, first name?
No, your actual name.
Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah, no. We don't
You got
do
Dave Chappelle?
You know.
Rock.
I'm not
Chris Rock?
like you.
Wow.
Sometimes when you get super excited, you kind of sound like
Yeah, and that's what they said. My call sign was R8J, which I got in so much trouble for it because when you call it out alphabetically, whatever they call it, I can't remember what it's called. It was
Phonetically?
Romeo. Yeah, phonetically, it was Romeo 8 Juliet. And so I used to love it. So when I say out, I was like, yo, okay, this is Romeo 8 Juliet out. And I got in so much trouble. Like, no, you can't say that. This is during the time
Oh,
we had
shit.
females on the fob. So
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet, huh? All right. Last minute. My best friend is red wine. We called him Red Pop. That's awesome. All right,
they
everybody-
called me Maytag because I did the laundry and they thought my name was actually Maytag.
Are you fucking around? Is that serious?
No, I'm 100% serious.
They thought because you did laundry, you were they thought your name was Maytag.
Yeah, so they call me the Maytag recruit because you're the guy that's on the Maytag, the laundry machine. They were called Maytags or whatever. But one of the newer drill instructors actually thought my name was Maytag.
Oh, man.
So
All right, everybody. One last time! ! Vets. Hit it in. See if you're in there. Make sure you get in there for this. There's 20 people. I'm looking at it, there's not even 20 people on the roster. Really good tonight, guys. All right, there we go. Make sure you're in there, everybody. I'm gonna be giving the raffle 30 seconds. Go make sure you guys !Ant, that's to his channel. !Warrior, that's to the Irreverent Warriors website. The donation button, Irreverent. It's like I cannot say the word abominable. I cannot say it. Like, and my son loves that movie. It's abdominal.
yeah, I did it too. Sorry.
Yep.
I'm
Can't
a
do it.
country boy from South Carolina. I just mess up the whole
Bro,
English
I
language.
miss South Carolina so bad.
Um,
I missed the Geechee food down there, dude. It was so good.
I talk fast, so the whole night I'm just like, slow it down. No slipping on the pimping, no slacking on the macking. You got it, Playboy. The whole night I had to remind myself
I'm
because
sorry,
I
Jen.
talk
It's still
super
vets.
fast.
It's iVets. It's iVets. It's !Vets. Same thing. That's the website. Sorry, guys.
Steel,
Same thing.
vets.
I put vets. Yes.
Steel.
I
Do I
fucked
need
up.
to write any
I
crayons,
fucked up. What the fuck is this? Anybody knows Jen? Mama Jen has been a friend of mine since before I even joined the military. She knew me when I was a shithead, and she knew me when I was an asshole when I got out. With that being
As
said,
opposed to what?
I guess there's never really any change, you dickhead. All right, so I'm gonna throw out the earlier. All right, everybody ready for the giveaway? Who gets it?
Yeah. Just email me their info later.
I will have them send it to me, and I will send you the info and everything too.
Yep.
And we are gonna pick the winner.
It's me. I win
For this
everything.
hat.
Pick winner.
It's a snapback. It's nice.
All right.
Nice.
Wait, who? Arrowhead, you were the first one. Arrowhead, you were Clink. I hit it again. Sorry. Arrowthorn. Sorry, Arrowthorn. You are the winner. So, Clink, you're not the winner. Sorry, man. I hit it again. No, you won the second time when I hit it again on accident. That's what happened. All right, so Arrowthorn. If you can't get a hold of me through my Discord, which is, I'll post the link real quick. Let me get in there real quick. Exclamation point Discord. Invites. My people. Copy link. Paste. That's my link. If you join my Discord, send me a message if you're not there, and I will send you, or send me the information to your house, because what's going to happen is I'll order it straight from DBH and it'll get sent from DBH to your house. I tried doing it to my house to the other person, and it's still waiting on my buddy. And I'll have Lo do the same thing for you guys. So with that being
Wait,
said,
do they want a hat or a shirt?
Arrowthorn, I think he's giving you the option. Do you want a hat or a shirt?
Or silkies.
Or silky? He's not gonna wear silkies. I mean, you could. You wear Ranger panties, bro?
He says
Sure,
shirt.
got it.
All
What
right.
size?
What size? Yeah, actually, what size? With the DBH shirts, order one size larger than what you normally wear.
IW shirts. What size? Okay.
Double XL. Got it. All right, guys. We lost Paul. Which is okay. She's yelling at me back there. All right,
You in trouble?
guys. Just with like every soldier hangs a helmet, is coming to an end. Thank you,
Yes, sir.
Anthony. Thank you, Lo. Thank you,
And Carl.
Paul. I see you saying Carl down there, Jen. He's Carl. Thank you for showing up tonight. Contact information is out there for you guys. If you need any more,
Yep.
I will always relay more. Just let me know.
We
Well,
also
good
have
night.
tumblers, we have hats, we have fanny packs, shirts, tanks, female tanks.
And I'm ending it on that fanny pack comment. Oh yeah.
First of all,
And Wolverine
fanny
guy,
packs are awesome.
thank you for the raid, guys.